You need to know CPR. Now, what I want you to do is close your eyes and picture the most recent perfect family moment you had. It could be around Christmas time, it could be around your birthday, or even Thanksgiving around the big dinner table. Everybody's all happy, smiling, and laughing. And I want you to picture is your grandmother, your grandfather, any loved one suddenly says they're having chest pain and they collapse. They're not breathing, nothing's going on, nobody knows what to do. Everybody's running on frantically, yelling, crying, and screaming. Now you know they need to perform CPR on them, but you've never seen it done except for Grey's Anatomy or any type of medical show. So what you do is you call 911, the dispatcher tells you what to do, start doing chest compressions, but you don't know what to do. You've never seen anybody done before. You can hear the sirens coming back from the ambulance and from the PD officer and everybody like that, but you don't know what to do. Everybody's frozen. So finally, when things get situated, you do what the dispatcher tells you what to do, as keep your arms down nice and straight and start doing chest compressions. Now, unfortunately, in this instance, you made your loved one come back to life. But now picture this moment happening more than 300,000 times a year. And in America alone, that happens 1,000 times every single day, with a small fraction of that being kids. Now, what I want you to picture now is, what is CPR? CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Cardio meaning heart, pulmonary meaning lungs. Now, a person can go into cardiac arrest one or two ways: from their heart stopping, which comes from a heart attack, anything like that, or from them not breathing. That could be from an overdose, an asthma attack, or a lot of things like that. That's when you would perform CPR. So when somebody does go into a cardiac arrest, the vital organs in your system, like your brain, your heart, and your lungs, isn't getting oxygen then. There's no more pumping, everything needs to just stand still. This is when CPR should be performed. Now, when you perform CPR, what you should be doing is getting your arms nice and straight like this, having right between the nipple line of the center of the chest. Now, for females, this can be a little hard, but basically in the nice center of the chest, and push between 100 and 120 compressions per minute, according to the American Heart Association. Or you could go with the beat of the song, ah, 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 staying alive, staying alive. So, in the old days, they'd tell you to do mouth to mouth with compressions. Nowadays, that's the no-go. People, of course, have infectious diseases and stuff like that. You don't want to spread. So right now, the recommendation, of course, according to the American Heart Association, is just doing compressions. Doing good, deep compressions. The depth should be around 2 inches. You want to make sure you get the right depth compressions, the rate of the compressions, all good. That way, basically, you are acting as the heart. That way, when the person's not beating, the heart's not beating, as the person that's doing the compressions is acting as the heart and getting the blood flow to the vital organs to deliver that oxygen and all that to the brain, to the heart, and the lungs, and elsewhere. So like I said before, hand placement should be between the nipple line. Hands should be nice like this and straight. And you should be going between 100 and 120 compressions per minute. So the sad part is 85% of cardiac arrests happen outside of hospitals. So the other sad part is only 6% of these cardiac arrests only have a survivable chance. So with the knowledge of bystander CPR and then one into the help, this survival chance could be up to double, if not triple, the survival rate as it has right now. Unfortunately, if people do not do CPR on somebody, say on a bystander or your loved one, every minute that goes on, their survival rate drops by 7% each minute, which is kind of sad because it takes EMS roughly 4 to 6 minutes if you're in a city for them to respond, if not further, as in 45 minutes plus if you live in a rural area like in Minnesota. So if you want to learn how to do CPR, a lot of the fire EMS places give it for free for community involvement, or by all means you can take your own online course to be certified. You can actually do that through what is called the CPRprofessor.com, and they'll teach you through WebMD and all of that to show you how to do it. So when you take these classes, you can learn not only on adult cardiac arrest and learning on adult compressions, but you can also learn on pediatrics, small kids, and even neonatals for those first-time parents who just had a loved one. Because the issue with kids is a lot of the times they'll put food in their mouth, toys, coins, and they'll choke, and then their breathing stops, and they go into cardiac arrest. So many people think that this event will never happen to them, or it'll never happen to their loved one or their family member or anything. But with the high statistics in the United States being close to 450,000 cardiac arrests a year, chances are pretty high, especially ranging from 1,000 cardiac arrests a day. Hopefully with this speech, this will help you realize the importance of knowing CPR, how it is effective, what to do. And as of the end of this video, I will attach a video with the American Heart Association, and that'll be about 2 minutes long, but that'll show you the right hand placement, depth, and how you should go on about it. By all means, thank you for the speech.